Hello and welcome back to episode 24 of the Liverpool Stopping the Rot save here on Championship Manager 97-98. And I think it's episode 24. I'm pretty sure it must be right because that's what my notes say. It's been about 2-3 weeks since I've recorded an episode now. I was so far ahead. And then we had half term and stuff with my daughter, so she was home, so I didn't have any time to sort of get on the recording and stuff like that. And we just started to spend some time with her, obviously. And my wife, of course, not just my daughter. Yeah, so we're just doing stuff like that, and then didn't have the time, didn't have the silence that I've got now to do it, and just other things. And I just thought, you know what, we've got enough ahead, and this is coming out way after half time. It's probably the end of term by the time this comes out. I was that far ahead basically. But last time out, I believe we came out on top in the top of the table clash with Tottenham. We took the bragging rights in the Merseyside derby, and we got a bit of a disappointing draw with Bayern in the Champions League, which I think must be the group, because today we take on AC Milan in Champions League, so presumably another group game. I forget where this save is completely at, in all honesty, but I do vaguely remember there being a bit of a nightmare draw in the group stage. With Bayern Munich and AC Milan will certainly attest to that. Man United in the league, which is obviously going to be a big, tough league game as well, because they are going to be there or thereabouts come the end of the season. We're only in November at the moment. And Middlesbrough in the league. I don't know where they're doing. I think they're doing quite well as well. I think they've recently come up, maybe last year, and they're doing well as well. There has been some moves apparently in my notes. So Werner, I forget who that is. I think that might be Mateus. He's gone on loan to Bielefeld. He's played a couple of games. I know he's a couple of games for us and he's done well. He's actually gone on loan to Bielefeld though to get him some games. And Morris, who I think was Ian Rush's regen, has gone to Hull. He's got one appearance, no goals just yet. He's done okay for us when he stepped in as well. In terms of games, there wasn't many by the looks of it. We must have done a pretty short episode, but we dispatched Blackburn in the League Cup third round. Goals from Stefan Honsho, Gabriel Bettis-Duda and Michael Owen. Marlon Brooms somehow gets man of the match in a 3-0 loss. He's normally quite a good player as well. 16 players will keep an eye on him. We'll remember him, I'm sure, because he's a player I do tend to look at down the line. And Kavame played as well, obviously former player of ours. Henrik Larsson's in there. Didn't do anything as per usual in this game really. Bit before he was fantastic in World Cup '94, but until probably about 2001ish, 2000ish when he's at Celtic, he's not really that good a player in the games. And then finally we had another win, 3 goals again, but this time with 1 conceded from Jimmy Crawford. He starts, is he the guy at Newcastle? It is him, yeah, okay. And they've got Nwankwo Kanu up there as well, and who else they got? Anyone else that jumps out? Not particularly. They got Steve Reeves in goal ahead of Neil Sullivan. He's had a few moves in his time, but yeah, goals from Michael Owen and McManaman get us the win there. Anyway, without further ado, let's going to jump into the Milan game. I think the team looks okay. Honsho has to come out. That's going to be Curtis, I think. But Page on the bench. Got a few unhappy starting to creep in again. I think we were starting to address those a little bit in the league. So we might have to look at doing that again for some of them, but I think we're good to go. AC Milan. Espanyol is the other team. How have we done in the group so far? A draw with Bayern. So you'd imagine Bayern are probably going to beat Espanyol looking at form. So we need to get something out of Milan here because, we've got to remember as well, second isn't a guaranteed, get through. We learnt that the hard way. Was it last season, I think? We went out and, that was us done for Europe for the year. There's no third place into the UEFA Cup, anything like that in the 90s. And I've just already seen Ibrahim Bar, George Weir and Brian Laudrup in their team. Kazaragi, the names are endless. That we're probably hopefully going to be seeing Maldini's name at some point in terms of us attacking and him having to defend or something. But so far we haven't seen anything from us from an attacking point of view, and it's 35 minutes and George Weir taps in the rebound. 32 minutes on the clock. We have not turned up in the slightest in this game. George Weir again, David James doing well. Battistuta with the chance, obviously back in his old stomping ground. Not in terms of club, obviously, but in terms of league. Hoping to go back and, show Serie A what they're missing with Battistuta, but not so far. Kazaragi defending for Michael Owen there. That's unusual, but it doesn't look like we're going to get much out of this game. Our form's been pretty good coming into it. Just based on those 2 games off camera. I don't really know what we can change because the personnel is pretty good. Our bench is maybe still a little bit on the light side. Jamie Redknapp, out of nowhere, bangs one in the top corner with his Skechers and makes it 1-1 in the tie. And John Curtis, obviously, a bit of a baptism of fire in this game. I think he has played for us, but what a game to be dropped into with a suspension to Stefan Honsho, who's been a fantastic player for us, by the way. 70 minutes. Oh, if we can hold a draw, I think that would be a draw at San Siro. Would not be. Oh, why do I talk? Why do I say it? 83 minutes, and it's Ibrahim Abar on the back of a George Weir thing. Let's see, 5 minutes left. Is there a change that can make a difference? Amoroso was playing then, I think. Who we got? Rossi, Torricelli, Maldini, Andre Cruz, Lorenzo Maruso, I think from Rangers. Yep. Albertini, Bar, Laudrup, Kazaragi, Weir, Leonardo. They got Ravanelli on the bench. I mean, sure. How long has he been from Borough? Has he not been... Oh, no, he would have been at Borough, I think, just before this game. Ziga, Takanadi, Conte. Don't know Guarino. He's a grey player. Okay. Right, well, Michael Owen's having a bit of a stinker. Robbie Fowler's going to come off the bench. And... All right, Matteo's coming off. He's having a 5. Everyone else generally isn't having too bad a game. Let's just make all the changes we can. Inter was on a 6. 2-1. I mean, they battered us, but we've seen, shot like that with a lot less shots on our side where we haven't won the game. So 48% of the possession, it felt like it was a lot more in a swinger their way. I've had games where I've said it felt like we were the better team, and you look at the stats and it doesn't portray that, and it might have come across as sour grapes and stuff. This one, it feels the other way. It felt like they battered us much more than the stats show. So it does prove that sometimes that does happen. The stats don't always relive what you're seeing on the screen. And bearing in mind, you're not seeing very much on the screen either. But Parma have lost 5-0 to Sampdoria. Right, Espanyol beat Bayern. Right, well, that has opened this group up. Now, the problem we've got is Milan probably aren't going to be caught, right? They're probably winning this group. So second place, we've got 2 games. We can get to 11 points. I think we got to 12 last year and that wasn't enough. So we're looking at another bad year, but then looking at it, there's a few in a similar situation. So hopefully, but anyway, we're gonna regroup. We're gonna come back for the McManaman's going to be suspended for the next game. We're going to come back for the Man United game. It's going to tick over in a couple of days, so back shortly. Okay, here we are. Something that ticked up in the middle, which I didn't realise. We've got a bid for Florian Maurice on the go, so hopefully he comes. I think we might have bid for him before and it didn't work. Man United have signed someone new. Oh, who's this Growland guy? A lot of money for someone who isn't playing. But they just signed Gavin McCann, I think from Fulham. Obviously, he doesn't start at Fulham. He starts at Everton. I thought he was a Sunderland player, but maybe I'm getting mixed up. Well, I do remember Gavin McCann, actually. And I've touched on it in a few videos and a few series. It's the play by mail. I think I had an Everton as my team once, or I had this McCann guy. I think I signed him from Everton. He wasn't very good. Didn't do much for me when I was playing, but he's doing all right for Fulham, but I imagine that's in a lower division. I don't think Fulham are up yet, are they? They can't be, I don't think. They can only be in Division 1, really, because there's only been one promotion so far. Yeah, they can't be. Anyway, let's see what we're working with. So we're going to put Onsho back in. We're not going to risk anyone, trying to get happy for this. Dacor, I mean, he's unhappy, but I think we brought him in and he's doing quite well. So I think he's going to keep, because Lee Hughes wasn't quite doing it this season. Anyone else there? No. Batistuta, he's doing quite well. Owen's doing quite well. They're pretty much level on goals in games. But we need a good home result here. It's already looking like a bad episode. Paul Ince is injured within, 6 minutes. That's not good, especially going into the European games. Shearer, of course Shearer scores. What is this episode? We've been on pretty decent... Well, I say we've been on decent form. That was those 2 games. A cup game against Blackburn and a league game against Wimbledon. Not the biggest judgment calls. And they're going to get a free kick and we're going to get McDonald sent off. So we've got no defensive midfielder. Two just gone. I mean, what's the point? It's Man United. It's... I'm assuming Howard Webb is refereeing this game. Because they've let a nasty tackle on Paul Ince go unpunished. This is what I'm saying in my mind. And then they've sent off his replacement. I mean, talk about... And it's not even at Old Trafford. But we've equalised 33 minutes out of nowhere. I don't know who that was. I think it was Michael Owen. Batistuta, I think Owen was involved, but Batistuta has another chance again to put us 2-1 up almost immediately. Costa and Batistuta should have had a hat-trick. Owen having chances. So we're having chances still despite the 10 men, which is... We look better with 10 men in this game than we did for the first half an hour or 20 minutes with 11. It's absolutely insane. I didn't see if Grant McCann was playing. I don't think they put him on the team. It'd be a bit soon, maybe. McManaman. Again, it's another one of those games I'd probably take a draw. In the grand scheme of things over the season, I'd take the draw. And I'm saying it again, they're probably going to score. We get a corner, 58 minutes. Jamie Redknapp, Michael Owen. Not the best known for his headed ability, but he gets on the end of it and unfortunately doesn't score. Maybe Batistuta, if he'd have been on the end of it, would have been a different story. Certainly Alan Shearer. Shearer's going to... Oh, I thought he was just going to bend that in the top corner from a free kick. Oh, it's hacked away. No rebounds there for us today. D'accord. Right. Michael Owen, he's doing okay, but he's not had the best game. I think that's all we're going to do. Robbie Fowler. And someone immediately has scored. Is it Fowler off the bench against Man United? It's not. It's Batistuta. Thunderbastard is what I'm going to say, because it just came out of nowhere. Go on Twitter, go on YouTube, look for Batistuta. Thunderbastard. I mean, that's all it... In fact, if you search the word Thunderbastard, it will bring up a video of Gabriel Batistuta's goals. And somehow, with 10 men from 21 minutes and an injury after 6, we've won this game thanks to a masterclass from Gabriel Batistuta. Batty goal. Visions of that Nintendo shirt. Purple Nintendo shirt. But before I just, I don't know, go too out of control, which I'm trying to... Probably doesn't sound like it in my voice, but I'm just trying to tone it down a little bit, because there's a lot of people walking about outside right now, and our windows aren't the most soundproofed, so I don't want to start screaming. But let's have a look at the league table before we jump into the Borough game. Let this just run through. We'll have a look at the league table, because I haven't looked at it today. So Middlesbrough, who we got next of 6th, they've just lost to Arsenal, who are 14th. They were 3rd last season. Tottenham have won again. They're 2nd, so we definitely needed a win there. 8 points clear of them we are. Just coming up to the halfway point. Fairly secure after the chase impact. Man United are way back. I mean, that now especially really pushes them that little bit further back. But Middlesbrough, despite everything, they are having a good season. Despite that last result against Arsenal, Arsenal would like to think they would be beating them. Why are they down there? Their signings aren't the best. Stubbsy's not bad, but they sold Bergkamp to Newcastle. Manninger to Crewe. Okay, I liked Manninger. I really liked Manninger. Jamie Day, I thought we signed him, but obviously not. Was that Ray Parlour? It's only Ray Parlour. He's gone to West Ham. Okay, right. Well, that's that. Back in a week or a few days, whatever it is, for the Borough game. See you shortly. Okay, we're back. Here we are, 20th of November. Bit of a gap. There was an international break. I don't know whether it was European Championships. I don't know if it was the playoffs. Last results. No, it was just the qualifiers. So a few unfortunate results. So Northern Ireland didn't qualify, and they haven't even got a playoff, unless there is no playoffs in this. But they've not even got a playoff. They got 16 points. I mean, that's as good as what we were doing. Phil Dowie, who is this guy? That was as good as what we were sort of getting out of them. Who's their manager? Still Brian Hamilton. So yeah, good run for them, but unfortunately nothing coming of it. Germany, Scotland didn't qualify. They got 14 points, edging ahead of, well, Wales are down there, but Germany, yeah, through as you'd expect in that group. Didn't lose a game. Greece did lose. Russia maybe could have done it better in that group. Greece aren't normally a team I remember doing very well in this game. So there's a few second best places, and it's Romania, Czech Republic are through. I know England got through. They battered the Faroes 6-0 because I saw a few Liverpool players in there. Italy did as well. Who's their manager? They got a funny Kevin Keegan. I mean, he'd be failing as England manager about now, wouldn't he? I think for Euro 2000, wouldn't he be struggling? Didn't they lose to Germany the last game at Wembley about then? Or was that after that? I can't remember. No, it must have been a bit later than that, wasn't it? No, it would have been about then, because 2002 was in Japan, South Korea, and Sven was in place by then. Yeah, it must have been. France and Belgium are through. Not surprising. Bulgaria could be up. Look at that, 25 and 24 points. I know they got the bigger group, but still, 1 loss and 2 losses. Everyone else was battered basically by them. Denmark and Sweden, not really much surprise in there. Spain and Iceland, you could maybe see Turkey, Yugoslavia doing a bit better there, but Iceland, fair play. I think they've got... Have they got... Has that regen happened yet? Maybe he has, but if he is, he's not in the team just yet. Portugal, Croatia, Ireland missed out. 16 points to miss out. Ukraine did well as well, but Portugal, Croatia battering it away. England, Slovenia, Norway miss out. Okay. Yeah, England battered the Faroes. Who did they get a point against? No idea. England lost one game, but Slovenia are through. Surprised because they've got a lot of grey players. And they're not grey, are they? They're just not... I don't know. And then, that was the last group. So, yeah, that's the European Championships anyway. But anyway, let's get on with Borough. So, there's a few things happened in between as well, apart from that international break. Paul Ince was injured for a couple of weeks. He is now back, but I don't think he's going to be fit enough to play. So we're actually going to pop Makalele in that role. He is suspended because he got sent off after 21 minutes last game. Let's not forget that. Rui Costa's back, but he's not going to be fit again either. And that is it, I think. We're going to jump in. We also had a rejection from Florian Maurice. I feel need another striker, but they can't play in the Champions League anyway, so I don't want to just sign a striker for the sake of it. I want it to be someone who's going to mean something and will take us forward. So I don't just want to go and plump on any old one as we go. Leon Harzen scores against us, of course he does. So I think Maurice is the one I've identified, so I'm going to chase him until we get him, unless someone bigger and better comes up than him. But we are working towards him. McManaman gets us back on level terms, 21 minutes. Inside, I'm still thinking this could be a bit of a crappy episode. If we go and beat Man United and lose to Borough, what have you gained? But it's the Champions League that is really worrying at the moment. It's a tough old group we were handed, and we've not dealt with it in the best way so far by the looks of it. We lost. Losing to AC Milan, there's no disgrace in losing to AC Milan. Even in 98, 99, 97, 98, they were still a fantastic team. They still had George Weah, Maldini, Costa Curta, all those players. They didn't have the Shevchenkos and stuff just yet. He'd be coming about now, I think, as we look at the date now, November 99. It's about there, I think. He had a good season for Dynamo Kiev. I remember him playing Arsenal. I think we played at Wembley. He absolutely tore us to ribbons. And then we didn't sign him, but we signed Oleg Luzhny basically off the back of that game. At least we didn't sign Sergei Rebrov. That was another one from that game who didn't succeed. Luzhny wasn't bad, to be fair. He just maybe wasn't as good as he was on that game. He played the game of his life for Kiev against us. He went to Wolves, I think, after us. That sort of stuff. Berger's having a bit of a stinker, so we're going to stick Steven Gerrard up there, I think. Redknapp's on a yellow, so we're actually going to switch them around. Robbie Fowler. No, the strikers, despite the goals, aren't playing bad. No one's playing bad particularly. It's just to freshen up and protect a few things. And I thought we were going to immediately, from a sub, concede a goal then. But Michael Owen grabs his second of the game. Keeping up with Batistuta. Batistuta got 2 against United. Disallowed. Owen's trying to get the 2 against Borough. Murphy. Batistuta had the chance to go through, but he put through Danny Murphy. And Danny Murphy, cool and calm as you like. Unlike his appearances on Match of the Day, I don't like him. I don't like him as a pundit. He's okay, but I just feel like he doesn't offer that much of an opinion. It's more just kind of... I know that. There's no insight, I don't feel. It's just kind of like the obvious, which sometimes, is good and you do need it. But, whereas Wrighty, he does offer a bit, but he doesn't. But he's an entertainer as well. Danny Murphy doesn't really do that either. I don't really get, why they persist. There's a few. Jermaine Genius. Don't even get me started on Jermaine Genius. Talks about how he was a bit like Dele Alli. Could have been really, really good, and it just didn't seem to take, I don't think. But that's the end of this episode. Let's go and have a look where we're going to come back to anyway. Let this game just sort of run its percentages through to 100 as we get to the next screen. We are here. So Man United, they drew with Chelsea. That's a big one. Leeds won. Spurs, they drew. It's opening up another league title, or a league title rather. 10 points clear now. Almost at the halfway points. What are we about? 3 games off, I think. 3 games off. Palace, they're on the verge of going Ipswich, look like they're going. Bolton are in with a chance, but don't look great for them, does it? Let's have a look where we're coming back to then. So we've got the Champions League next against Espanyol. We're not going to come back for that one. We've got Man United in the League Cup. I didn't even see that after we beat Blackburn. Great. We want to come back in December, really. So I think we're going to be coming back for Bayern Munich. What we'll probably do Bayern Munich, Sheffield United and Derby. I think, or we might do Coventry. I haven't decided yet. Now, do you know what, Derby? Because then that takes us to January. We can make our minds up there. And in fact, Blackburn. Oh, Espanyol, we need to get a result, obviously, and then that decides how pivotal the Bayern Munich game is. Hopefully at home against Espanyol, we can do the job. For 4 days rest, I think we'll be fine. Hopefully we can do something. They did beat Bayern Munich in their last game, so got to be a bit respectful of them, but at the same time, I think we're better than them. They've got Ivan Campo in there. Yeah, I think we just got to play it by ear, but there's a few big games before we get to where we're playing. But anyway, yeah, Bayern Munich is certainly looking like it's going to be the next game. Bayern Munich or Coventry. No, yeah, Bayern Munich. I'm sticking with it. Where are Coventry in the league? Where are Coventry in the league? They're a bit of a bow. They're a bit one of those teams that I don't like playing, so I don't really want to do it on camera. Sheffield United and Derby. Derby were quite good last year, weren't they? Derby are there, and then Sheffield United are probably down in the bottom somewhere. Yeah, so they got something to play for as well. So I think we'll stick with that. One Chop is injured, which is nice, but he probably won't be by then. Yeah, so if you enjoyed today's episode, I didn't mention it at the start, please drop a like down below and hit the sub while you're here as well to keep up to date with all the latest content. And I'll see you next time for, well, what's going to be a very pivotal episode in our Champions League progress, I guess, and our season. So yeah, until then, I'll see you next time. Take care. Goodbye.